Then the most popular of them all is end rhyme. End rhyme, that's what we are used to. End rhyme. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. How I wonder what you are. Up of the world so high, like a damn sky. You see it? I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high o'er vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. Those ones are end rhymes. So take note of that. Now, let's move to this. Let's discuss these guys. Characters. Characters. I've told you before, characters are not human beings alone. You know, many years ago, some of us will say our teacher evolved. Things change. In those days, we were made to understand that anything that begins with A, E, I, O, U should be considered as vowel, that you must use an as the article to introduce them. You know, they will say an what do you call it? An egg, an elephant, and this and that. We never knew that as you grow, university will turn to a university. Not that are the people that perform in a work of art, no. But today we have gods acting. We have things acting. We've seen stories where tables are talking. You know, we've seen stories where we have zombies, supernatural figures. You see zombie, you've never seen the person. You cannot see the person. You will never see the person. I'm talking about fiction, not even real life books. Not even normal books, but I'm talking about fiction. If you read books, I say, wow, I like Troy. This man is just down to it. I like him. I wish I can meet. You cannot meet him. You can never get out of this place. This is life. You will live here forever. And their world will never end. Their world keep going. That is their life. But these guys are they collect something from the author. They reveal the things to us for us to know what the author really had in mind. Because if not for them, we wouldn't know what that man wanted to say. That is it. So you've seen it. Now, a character is very important. Without the character, we'll be confused. The idea of the author will be bottled up on the inside of him. So, but you really want to use the character to pour out what he has in mind to us. Now, we have different types of characters here. Different types. First, the flat character. When you see a flat character, you call them flat character or static character. Flat, very important character, though flat. You see, very important, but very, very flat. They are static. Predict them. You can just say, oh, that's your guy is honking. This man will open the gate, just watch. And he will open the gate. You can easily predict them. That's their lifestyle. We have the heroine. Take note, flat characters don't die. In case you don't know, they may just be ordinary, but they don't die. Anything that makes them to die, they are characters. But let's see heroine. Heroine is the main female character in a story. Is the main female character in a work of art. People like Ada in this book. Ada, I like her. Ada is one woman that has, I think, life. She refuses to die. She's a very strong woman. Despite everything that happened, she refused to throw in the towel. You know, she keeps pushing until life pushed her aside. Very strong woman, Ada. From Ada Ophili to Adobe. Little girl in Lagos, going through pain. The family does not even like her because she's a girl. According to the narrator, Buchie Mecheta from Ibuzo, it's a fine woman, currently in the US with her family. She's still alive, you know, big time author of The Joys of Motherhood. She likes writing about women, trying to do what she can do to make the world celebrate women. And this one, second-class citizen. She's trying to make the world understand that women are not actually second class. To push them to the edge of the wall, believing they are just women. You know, appearance gave birth to her, according to the narrator. Ada came to the family was expecting a boy. You know, they don't want to send her to school. She took herself to school. You know, she took herself to school, tried everything. She went to school, went to University of Ibadan, very fine girl. She tried her best. And at the end, she sponsored her husband. She used her money, the bride price and everything, the wedding, sponsored this husband to the UK to do accounting. The man traveled to the UK. Ada, for the first time, her 2 kids, but she took a ship to the UK. She was a first-class passenger. Her dream started coming true. Okay, she went to the UK. Husband started a new life, started maltreating Ada. Ada, you are nothing but a woman. Stay in the kitchen, you know. Just, you are the one to take care of the children, not a man. The man never drops anything at home. The man does not care. The only property he has, a transistor radio. And he never allows the children to touch it. Ada has been going through torture. You know, when you read this book, get to the climax point, the highest point of conflict, so painful. Ada had no choice. Ada became an author, writing a book, wrote a very beautiful book, took the book to where she works in a library. They read it. Wow, this is fine. The boss sees this, you'll be made. Let's see how we can make this book, get this book published. Ada got home. My husband, I wrote a book. Now she has 4 children, pregnant 1 child. You know, 5 children coming. The husband said, come on, you cannot do anything here. White people don't allow black females to make it. This book will not go far. He said, don't worry, just leave it, to go far. Ada went to work. One day, returning from work, everywhere was smelling. Was burning. She gets inside, see this in the sitting room. What's going on? She checked properly, see arches on the ground, and she sees some kind of write-up on the arches. She picked it up. This my, and she shed tears. Francis, why are you wicked? You killed my only child. This is my unborn child. You've killed him. So what will I do right now? She had no choice than to fight for this. Going to the court will not help matters when it comes to issues like this. Sir, are you married to this woman? The man said, no, I'm not married to her. How? Ada said, let me go and get the marriage certificate. Who were married? Ada got home. This man has burnt the certificate. So nothing to prove that you were married. Went back to the court. Help you. You are not married. As when you're married, this man would make sure that he'll be taking care of you and the kids, even if you're not together again. Ada is hopeless. The man leaves. Ada walking on the street of England, moving helplessly, sitting down on the road, thinking. Then somebody called, Ada, who is this that knows my name? Who is this? An old friend back there in Lagos. And they embraced. The man said, where are you going? I'm going home. And she took Ada away home. The story comes to an end. Some people said the story did not end well, but that's where the story can end, you know. Because if the story ends better than this, that means Teach-A-Thon did not really achieve what she wants to prove that women are being punished. You see that? So that's crazy on our own part. Ada is the heroine. The only heroine I've seen lately that suffers from beginning till the end. It's not really too easy. We have a couple of them. Madam Yoko. Madam Yoko in Let Me Die Alone. Madam Yoko is a very good character too. But this one, I don't like what she did. A brave woman, trying to prove to us that women too can lead. She told her husband, Banya, he said, Banya, see, let me tell you. The setting is Sierra Leone, and the author, John Kolos Akagbo, fine author. Banya, I want to lead. The moment you leave this throne as a chief, I want to become the next chief. Banya said, no. Mende is too strong for a woman to become the chief. I want to become the chief. Eventually, Banya dies. How? The whites came in. They said, Banya, you've trespassed. The Banya soldiers flogged him, and they flogged Banya. They flogged him. But he did not die. The brother to this woman, Madam Yoko, had to bring a little girl. They poisoned Banya, and Banya died. But before he died, he said, Yoko, take over the chiefdom. And Yoko becomes the chief. Now, Yoko becomes the chief, trying her best, pushing, gradually. But the brother, Lamboy, really wants to be the chief instead of the woman. And he sets this woman up. Before you know, the whites also came in. They want to torture this woman. They want to her kingdom, take 1 or 2 parts from her. She said, no, you guys cannot disgrace me the way you did to what you did to my husband. What did she do? She called Fene. Fene, go to the forest. Get me in dinner tree. Bring the roots. Now press this sap out. Put it in a calabash. Give it to me to drink. It's a poison. I want to die. No, madam, you don't have to die. It's just a trial. You can scale through. He said, no, I enjoyed wealth alone. I enjoyed power alone. If I'm to die, let me die alone. And this stuff. and died. And it pained me because she just trained the tower. She would have pushed harder. She would have pushed. So that's a bad one from this woman. But she's a tragic hero. I will talk about that too. But fine heroine as well. Strong. She did her best too, her own time. We have the round character. When something is round, if I can get a round ball, you cannot see the inside of this ball. You won't know what is inside. If I hold a round ball, you won't see this side, you will see the other side. When a character is round, you can never predict that character. A round character is unpredictable. When a character is round, you don't know what the character wants to do next. When a character is round, this character is dynamic as well. A dynamic character is a round character. A dynamic character grows, dies, makes progress. A dynamic character does not remain the same. A dynamic character becomes a child, grows up, makes, loses the money, dies. Look at Odewale in The Gods Are Not to Blame. It's a dynamic character. He started. He won. At a point, he saw downfall. Look at Madam Yoko is dynamic. Look at Ada is dynamic. Look at Baroka in Lion and the Jewel. CD is dynamic. CD started as a virgin that knew nothing, about 17 to 19 years old girl, but ended as a woman that will be the most favorite wife of Baroka. Now, look at changes. A round character does not remain the same. As the plot of the story, as the plot unfolds, the round character too changes. That's how growth keeps coming. Either it keeps growing or it will keep dying. One must happen for a round character. That is just the idea. Then we have a clown. A clown is a jester. A clown ensures that there is comic relief in a tragedy. A clown makes you happy when you are not happy. A clown is an unserious, does not care anything. So that is that about a clown. Before we go to this one, let me touch one or two characters again. We have the tragic hero because of these people, I think I need to talk about the tragic hero. Ada is a tragic hero. Madam Yoko is a tragic hero. Why? A tragic hero is this character that caused his own downfall by himself. A tragic hero or a tragic heroine, they cause their downfall by themselves. You know what that kind of thing? It is amateur that to that downfall. Amateur. Amateur is of two parts. We have hubris, tragic flaw. A tragic hero that experiences downfall through hubris is the one that experiences downfall because of pride. If your pride leads to your downfall, then that tragic hero, the technique involved there is hubris. Then if mistake to your downfall, then it's tragic flaw. Like that of Ada. Ada's own is tragic flaw. It's a mistake. She made a big mistake of getting married to this man, going to England to meet him. That's tragic flaw. Can you see that? Then if you look at Madam Yoko, Madam Yoko is more of pride. She's a woman of pride. She believes I cannot stay here and the white man will disgrace me the way they disgrace my husband. He said, Baya, your husband is coming. Your Yoko is coming. I'm coming to meet you. You see? So pride has contributed to our own. If you look at The Gods Are Not to Blame, Odewale, his own is big pride. Odewale says, listen, Baba Fakunle tells Odewale, listen, let me tell you, my son. He said, no, listen, come, servant, go to Ile-Ife. This kingdom cannot be open. Torture, people are dying, the crops are not doing well. Go to Ile-Ife, bring me Baba Fakunle. And if he comes here, if he should guess the culprit, the person involved in this, we'll pluck his 2 eyes and send him out of this kingdom. He said, okay, master, let me go. And they bring Baba Fakunle. Baba Fakunle said, now, my king, come, let me talk to you somewhere. I want to speak with you privately. He said, no, Ifa priest, talk here. If we get the person involved, we'll pluck off his 2 eyes and send him out. He said, Kabiesi. He says in Yoruba, Kokoro to nje for a deer for lower, the termites that eats vegetable lives underneath. Come on, let me talk. He said, no. Say it here. All right. Where is Bunka? They bring Bunka. Bunka is an old man now. Walks like this to the stage. Bunka, where is the child they asked you to kill? over 25 years ago. Said the child. Where is the child? Oh, I did not kill the child. Why? Where is the child? He said, that's you, my king. You are the child. He said, what? How? What is happening here? He said, my king, many years ago, your father, Teach-A-Thon, gave birth to his son. They were barren, about Teach-A-Thon, no children. And eventually to his son. And the gods, that child. You don't blame the gods. They have a way of doing things. The gods caused the child. They said, this child will grow up to kill the father and marry the mother. So my king, kill this child so that the prophecy will not be fulfilled. It's okay. Bonka, my servant, come. Take this child to the grove. Kill this child. And God too, take this child to the bush. Brought the sword to kill the child. We see Alaka from another village. Alaka, hey, young man, what do you want to do? He said, this child, we killed the father, married the mother. I want to kill him. He said, oh, my master does not have a child. Can you please give me this child? Take this money. At least if it's in my master's place, he cannot kill him. It's not his father. And they exchanged. That's the flashback in the story. They exchanged one day. And in that house, very rich home, they call his name Odewale. Good tidings has come to the house. Wealth has come home. Strong man has come home. That's the name of this man. And Odewale is a scorpion. They call him Scorpion according to the playwright. Stubborn, hot-tempered, he's so proud. One day Odewale is eating. And Alaka, the man that bought him, my prince, can I please eat with you? I'm famine. Hey, you are a servant in my father's house. How will you put your hands in my plate? You servant? He said, hey, you are a butterfly that thinks you are a bird. He does not like insults. He has to go to chief one priest. Baba, somebody just insulted me, calling me a butterfly that thinks I'm a bird. He said, my son, don't worry. Just go back to the house. He said, what's going on? I want to. He said, don't deal with him. Let me tell you, my son. Listen. You see that place you are? Be very careful because it has been destined that you will kill your father and your mother. He said, oh, that means I will need to run out of the house. He said, see, my son, don't run. The snail may stretch, but it cannot cast off its shell. Stay there. But my son refused to leave. And he ran. Ran away, no house to stay. He started doing farm on the road near the village called Ede. Doing farm there, one day, his real father, Oba Teach-A-Thon, and his soldiers on horseback, they were running. As they ran past his son, they stepped on his cross. They said, hey, you guys are foolish. You call yourself king and you step, don't you have eyes? They said, you insult a king. Do you know him? King Teach-A-Thon, Oba Teach-A-Thon, king of Kutuje kingdom. Hey, king, my foot, very strong man. And he fought them. He killed lots of them, including the king. This is a big problem. But thank God, Bonka was among them. But Bonka did not say anything. He ran home. He said, what happened? They said, people of you attacked and they killed the king. He did not say what he saw. He knew the boy. They said, we need to wage war against these people. But who will fight for us? We need a strong will. Somebody from outside said, there's one man that does farm near Ede. I think that man is a strong warrior. Let him fight for us. My father's kingdom cannot perish. My sons, come, get me my sword. And he plucked off his two eyes. And he said, lead me out of this kingdom for peace to reign. And that's a good hero. But if you check, it's a tragic hero. He caused his downfall because of pride. You see that? Pride caused his downfall. And the mother of Omajuwa, the shame and pain. She has to go inside the house, stab herself to death. And that's a tragedy. A tragedy is a play that must involve the death of the major characters. And they must be the cause of their downfall. That is it. Because we asked Ojuola, Adirokbo, the second son, said, my mother, I don't like this man. This man is a bed sharer. This is my father's bed. Why would he be sleeping on his bed, sharing this bed with my father? And the woman said, the Odewale said, my wife, what's wrong with your son? He said, king, my king, it is you I married, not my son. It's tragic, dramatic irony, whereby we know better than the actors in the story. So it's a fine one, fine piece from The Gods Are Not to Blame, written by Olaroti, who died in the year 2000, painful death. So now he died in his sleep. Obafemi University was a professor there. He died, he slept and did not get up. Although only heroes die in death, not on the battlefield. So that is it. Then you move on. We have something we call eponymous character. An eponymous character, or you call the person eponym, this one. An eponym or eponymous character is this type of character. His name is used as the title of the book, whose name is used as the title of the work he appears in. That is an eponymous character. We have lots of them in the movies we watch today. You know, kids that watch fantasies. We have lots of them. We have Barbie. We have Moana, Jerry. These are eponymous characters. Then if you come to literature in English, our books, we have Oliver Twist. Oliver Twist is an eponymous character. You see that? Eponymous character. We have plenty of them like that. But take note, we have Romeo and Juliet, we have Hamlet, we have King Richard, we have King Henry. But take note, if anything enters, tries to drag that name with the eponymous character, then it's no more eponymous. For instance, if you say Osofia in London, that in London has spoiled. Just leave it like that. If you say Mr. Ebu is eponymous character. If you say Akeopo is eponymous character. But if you say Osofia in London, no way. If you say Bansi is dead, no way. It must be only Sizwe Bansi. Are you following me? So that is that about that. Eponymous character, we've seen that. Now we move on. Look at lyric. Lyric. If you see lyric, lyric is a type of poem. Lyric is a type of poem. Lyric is a type of poem that must be musical in nature. It's a type of poem that must be in form of a song. It's a type of poem that is song-like. It's a type of poem that you must sing. Who sat and watched my infant head when sleeping on my bed, and tears of sweet affection shed my mother when pain and sickness made me cry. Who gazed upon my heavy? I am fearful that I should die. My mother. That is lyric. You see it. So long as you can convert it to a song, it's lyrical. Yes, a lyrical poem must be musical in nature. Yes, the pig Akani up one morning beat himself like clay and stuffed him down the belly of a waiting jeep. What business of mine is it so long they don't take the yam from out of his mouth? Lyrical poem. Lyrical poem. You see, shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Thou art more lovely and more temperate. Do shake the darling buds of May, and summer's days are but too short a date. You see, sometimes too all the eyes of heaven shines. These are lyrical poems. A lyrical poem must be in form of a song. Take note of that. We have ode. An ode is a poem to address a subject with some elements of praise. An ode is a poem you use to address a subject with some elements of praise. When you do an ode, you speak directly to the subject along praising him. How? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I want what you are, above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. That's an ode. You are talking to it and you are praising it. You see, I will pronounce your name Nayet. I will declaim you Nayet. Nayet, your name is mild like cinnamon. It is the fragrance in which the lemon grove sleeps. Name of dew, fresher than the dews of tamarind, fresher even than the short dusk when the heat of the day is silenced. You see, so if you check now, you see that an ode is a poem you use to address a subject alongside celebrating or praising that subject. Are you still there? So that is that. Then we move on to the next one, epigram. Epigram. An epigram is a short statement. An epigram is a short, witty statement. An epigram is a short, witty remark. An epigram is a statement of wisdom. A statement that makes sense. A statement that if you say it, people will understand, yes, that okay, this talk has sense. For instance, somebody will say, the rich also cry. It's an epigram. It's a short statement that makes sense. The rich also cry. Check it properly. There is sense in it. The rich also cry. Look before you leap. There is sense in it. A short statement that makes sense. That is an epigram. A short statement that makes look before you leap. You see it? That is an epigram. That's an epigram. Then keep moving. We have didactic. In literature, when we mention didactic, we're trying to make you understand that we are talking about a work of art that teaches moral lesson. A work of art that teaches 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 lesson. Now, the fact remains that almost all the works of art in literature, majority of them, although we have some that you may think it's not teaching you lesson, but another person will be that there's lesson in it. Because one man's meat, another man's poison. Every work of art has reason why they do it, but basically any work of literature that teaches lesson is called a didactic work of art. We have plenty of them. I like reusing that poem. The man says, "A government driver on its retirement" by Onu Chibike. He says, "Many years on wheels, in faithful service to fatherland. Today, retires he home, and a celebration he holds." Meaning that he has been doing chauffeur. He has been a chauffeur for years. He has been driving a government official, driving maybe the governor, the commissioner, the president for many years. Many years on wheel. But today they want to retire him. Retires he home, and a celebration he holds. Now, many years has he pummeled his boozy throat. This man he's a drunk, but for many years he has not tasted alcohol. He has starved, he has pummeled his boozy throat. Many years has he pummeled his boozy throat in obedience to duty, rules, and regulation. That means the man is a pretender. That means